been back into Mark Shire's game right now. He actually had to do a clean restart of his PC. So their series is 1-1. Um, looks like Mark Shire is queuing up Secret Mage. So we are going to see Secret Mage versus Jay Druid. And for those of you that don't scour Vicious Syndicate, this is a pretty heavily favored matchup for the Secret Mage, about a 60-40 matchup. And seeing that Chigmo mulliganed back some of his heavier cards. Oh, wow. This is actually Giants, Secret Mage, Giants Mage, which is even more favored. Yeah, it's even more favored versus the J Druid. So um, this could very well be a pretty darn quick matchup.
Looks like Chigmo is going some type of ramp druid, which he needs to ramp quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, so that J Behemoth, he's relying on,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
oh,
Okay.
yep. Yeah, so he's got the J Behemoth, so it's going to be the J Druid.
Yeah.
But no matter what it was, I mean, he's facing an uphill battle. The
Yeah.
already favored deck has its early cards, and he's got nothing in his hand. He's basically trying to survive to turn 4 when he can innervate out a Jade Behemoth and just stop the bleeding. So he could innervate the Nourish and get his ramp going, which is another option. I don't want to discount that either. Um, if Mark Shire had been able to get an early counter spell down, I mean, it would have been GG. But Chigmo can now innervate to the Nourish. He is not, so it looks like he's trying to set up a swipe turn. We'll more than likely see the Sorcerer's Apprentice come down, followed up. Get maximum value out of that Mono Worm. All right, here comes the Glyph. Let's see what his options are. Man, Spellbender could be sneaky. Monobond could give him a free Innervator Nourish or Swipe for more direct damage. He's got good options. Spellbender can be good in this matchup and defend a minion from a swipe or a Wrath clear. I mean, having a free swipe for 4 damage is always nice too. Mark Shire had to have put Chigmo on that read after a hero power pinged the Mono Worm to set the swipe up. And Chigmo's got to be a little leery now, but he's going to go ahead and go with the swipe. Spellbender will protect the Valet and the Apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see the innervate hero power and clear that Apprentice up.
That was at least a better result for Chigmo than a counter spell.
Absolutely. Oh wow, you've got okay. Yeah, Mark Shire's got it. He can counterspell Coin, the Cabal Runner. You've man counterspell before turn 5 for Druid is just backbreaking.
Yep. And there are no spells that he has to be able to test for it. Well, I mean, he could test with the Feral Rage, I suppose.
He's basically having a dead turn to that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we are going to see the J Spirit come down. He's going to dig here, drop the AI, see what he draws. Man, he is just hitting his cards. That Frostbolt's going to come down, clear that Jade Spirit up, and he's just going to go ahead and push 7 damage. Well, he's thinking.
Yeah, he's thinking of the value trade there.
Yeah, and you can't blame him for taking it. I mean, he's got his Arcane Giants for the next 2 turns. I mean, but we are more than likely going to see the Fireball come down, so he can push more damage to face. I think you just go for it. Okay.
Go.
All right, so he's going to drop the Giant. Great line. I mean, either way, there's no incorrect line there. He does offer up a value bump on that 2/2. So
I mean, ultimately, you're looking at a six or what was that? A 6 mana 8/8. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, so he did draw the Jade. I know he didn't be able to get out that counter spell, and um, yeah, so Chigmo's just trying to make this a dead turn for Markshire, but we're going to see the other Arcane Giant come down. If Markshire wants to, he can. No, he actually can't play the Arcanologist and Arcane Giant, but he could Frostbolt 3 more damage if he's trying to as much mana efficiency as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So, you know, it's Chigmo's looking at death. Well, he did draw into his other Pharaoh.
He has a chance to save himself for one more turn, but I think he's looking at inevitability here.
You know, pretty silly on, there's Tar Creeper, but he's still dead. Yeah, even if he'd actually dropped the Pharaoh, Markshire would have had 22.
Right. Yeah, with the Fireball.
Yep. So there we go. So yeah, I mean the Giant, it's favored in that matchup. So when you draw with your Arcane Giants and you get them down at a discount early, it's GG. So Markshire goes up 2-1 on Chigmo. Still don't have a score to report for you guys for Eric O'Keefe. We know they're playing their match. We've seen them preparing to battle and battling. Don't have a score update for you though.
All right, and I know Markshire is going to be. What got banned for Markshire here?
Yeah, so he has to.
Warrior got banned.
Yep. Okay. He's got to queue his Dragon Priest here.
Yep.
And it's just, it feels rough. If you don't hit some of your early minions, if you can get a Twilight Drake and a Priest of the Feast down, and they can stick, you know, if you can get them down and just chip at the Druid's health, force them to play inefficiently, that's kind of your best route to win this matchup. So waiting on them. I'll message them, see where they are. They've got to be around match 4, match 5 at this point. So I haven't played too much of either one of these. Got Legend with J Druid a month or 2 ago. Haven't really played it since. Haven't played a lot of Dragon Priest. So I don't know how this current build of Dragon Priest fares. I'm going to hop over and check it out. It is a 48-52 matchup, so pretty much a coin flip. Gotta think Markshire's looking at that Radiant Element. Curious to see if Chigmo responds aggressively with the full clear on the Wrath. He doesn't really have minions right now other than... Yeah, okay. So I like this. Innervate out the Wrath. And Markshire does not have... Chigmo's trying to ask a question here. Do you have the Shadow Word Pain? And Markshire top decks it. The answer was not a minute ago.
Yeah. So, quickest turn ever.
Yeah. So that Tar Creeper is going to come down and be a pain in the ass. So, one huge difference for Markshire, rather than last time, is he drew the Drake early. I think Markshire's probably running the list. Oh, that Nourish, good lord. Man, that's a tough one. Yeah, I like the Nourish. Markshire's probably running one of the more meta lists that has one Drake, and having it early in a slower matchup, you just have an activator for your first 8 turns, and it's just such a world of a difference than what we saw earlier against that Burn Mage.
So is this an auto turn for Markshire here? You just Nourish right to your crystals?
Well, he top decks Drake, and I'm glitched. I don't know if you are itself. Man, you've got 2 operatives down against a deck that's notorious for not being able to clear minions, and you're feeling good.
Yep.
He's going to get the Twilight Drake down here, his operative, and that's very, very strong in this matchup. I'm surprised he's playing the Feast. I would actually go with the Drake here. You're dropping a 4/8 minion and healing yours out of hero power swipe range.
Yep, that's
Um,
where he's going.
yeah, and that's just very, very strong in this matchup. And your opponent has 3 cards in hand. So the Behemoth is going to come down. He actually has, by the way, Mark Shire does. He could, yeah, I like this. So he can actually Drake. In one turn, he can actually develop the other Drake. Use the potion. Oh no, I don't like that as much. I was going to say he could use the Potion of Madness because you're not going to have many targets for it, and actually run that into the Jade Behemoth, bump with the Drake, and then heal your operative, and then heal it
Well,
and push 4 damage.
he's going to have some targets here.
Yeah.
The Jades are still low enough. He's going to have some targets.
Yeah, so he will. He'll definitely get some. Jade Spirit's always a good target. So, we're going to see these get dealt with. So that swipe, he could actually swipe the face and push maximum damage, which kind of like. Yeah, but his Drake's going to come down. He's still going to get to push maximum damage. Yeah, so, I mean, good lord, Chigmo has Yogg and Yogg. Yeah,
How many
wow.
spells does he run out, though? I don't think. What's his spell count?
Probably about 4 or 5. Here, we'll count here. There's 1, 2, Blessing of Wisdom, 3. Wow, that's huge. All right, so you can put the Druid at 1. I don't know how wild I am about that. Makes sense to maybe draw, because you can still develop the Ooze, or yeah, drop Priest of the Feast, play them. Yeah. So he's just going to go with maximum or damage. So makes a lot of sense. And it's pretty much GG. So Mark Shire will go on to the finals. Chigmo's at 11 health. Swipe's going to wrap this up. All right, so the Priest draws his cards. The Jade Druid does not, and the 50-50 coin flip feels pretty dominated that match. Yeah, I like that last turn there for Mark Shire with going with maximum minion development.
And we do have results from the other matchup. Imposition beats Eric Oki 3-2.
Nice. So we have the finals ready to go. Dark, are you still there with us? All right. Okay. Cool. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to message Imposition and Mark Shire and tell them to queue up finals. You're set with Mark Shire.
And these have been the top 2 in Wicked Wednesdays, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, so who says there is RNG in Hearthstone? All right, so we got messages out to Mark Shire and Imposition, and we're set for when they're ready. Oh, wow, really? Oh, Yeah, I don't know. Um, yeah. I'll wait to get confirmation of that for make an announcement. Um, just waiting on imposition, Mark Shire, to queue up their next match.
What is Imposition's battle tag number? I don't. Appears I do not have him as a friend.
Gotcha. Imposition number 1355. And I'll let him know you're sending a friend invite.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, he was offline. Oh, I do have him as a friend. Okay, he was just offline. That's why I didn't see him.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, so just waiting. Haven't heard back from Imposition or Mark Shire if they're ready to go yet or not. The third place match will be. The third place match will be Chigmo and Eric O'Key. They finished fifth and seventh seeds. And Mark Shire and Imposition were number 1 and number 3 seeds going in. So first and third highest Wicked Wednesday point scores.
Well, Imposition and Arcturus were tied, I believe, right? And Arcturus came in as some tiebreaker that they used.
Gotcha. Yeah, so yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Imposition was, rock solid with participating every week.
Yeah, Arcturus made a late push towards the end of the season with a tournament Wicked Wednesday win to come up to tie Imposition.
Gotcha.
I saw on the message boards earlier today that he was tilted from some laddering, so that's probably why he came in and maybe he was on tilt and didn't perform the way he wanted to.
Yeah. Just heard back from Mark Shire. He's waiting to hear back from Imposition and queue up their match. And guys, can y'all imagine the memes if Mark Shire has to write one more Facebook post to himself, congratulating himself, not just on a Wicked Wednesday, but on the Wicked Wednesday final tournament? The memes. Just waiting to hear back from Imposition. He might have stepped away for a moment, it sounds like. I've spammed him with 5 messages and haven't heard back. Imposition is not in position right now, guys. Oh, and for those of you following along at home, they do have 2 hours to play this match before Game of Thrones.
I wouldn't know what that means.
Jasper Zipper.
I'm not in the zipper chair today. Sorry, guys.
I don't know if our producer can hear us, but can we get a zipper sound effect?
Yeah, my Dirty won't tell you guys, so I will. Jasper has never seen Game of Thrones. Roast him accordingly.
Oh, you cut out. I was trying to log on to jump over to the Twitch and see who we had watching, and of course, depressing news pops up. I won't depress you guys too. The come on, where are we? Oh no. Oh, okay. Imposition said he accepted you, Jasper, and so he's back. Yeah, Mark Shire rebooted his PC just to try and ensure he doesn't crash. I'm just messaging Imposition. All All right, so I'll let Imposition know Mark Shire is back. I'm asking him if he's ready. All right, so we have yeses. Everyone's ready. Imposition is preparing to battle a friend. Feels pretty fitting that it comes down to these two. Like you were saying earlier, Jasper, they were the most consistent finishers in Wicked Wednesday this season. All right, just waiting.
Is there a way that I can find out their classes through Battlefy?
I try to click on their names and see, but I think you'd have to be a tournament admin. And
Yeah, I'm having trouble finding out that information. I mean, we know what Markshire's classes are at this point, but
yeah, and I've got a good idea of Imposition from earlier. So Imposition did bring a Taunt Warrior. He brought a crap. Do you remember Dark? We had Taunt Warrior, J Druid, and Secret Mage, I believe. Yeah.
okay.
All right. So still waiting to. They haven't gone to battle yet. They're in class selection screen, probably exchanging bands. Screenshots. Because we do not trust each other in THL. This is not friendly competition.
Right. I didn't think the screenshot rule was in place for Wicked Wednesday.
Oh, have you been going on the honor system, Jasper?
I've been going off of the Battlefy bans.
I've never asked people for their screenshots.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in Wicked Wednesday.
Yeah.
If we can't trust our brothers in Wicked Wednesday, I ask you, when can we trust them? Did Ned Stark? Where did trust get him? I ask you. No, Imposition had the hybrid shaman, is what we saw. So we saw Taunt Warrior, hybrid shaman, and Secret Mage from him.
Okay.
So
they're starting.
yeah.
Are you guys on?
Yep. So we see Mark Shire going with his Giants Mage, and Imposition has his hybrid up first. This is still a relatively new matchup. But the hybrid shaman does have heal in his deck, and he does have answers to the presence that Secret Mage can cheat out. So I would have to, if I had to guess, just kind of where they stand right now at hand context. Imposition's looking really strong right now. So you have to think he's probably going, if he passes on developing the J clause, you would have to think he's planning on cheating out the J Spirit with the coin next turn. But I would think he's going to develop the J clause. I mean, the overload sucks, definitely. So, he's going to go with the Totem Pass. Mark Shire does not have a secret he can cheat out with Kieran Mage. Kind of feels bad. Developing a 4/3 minion's never bad for 3 mana, though. All right, so if Imposition wanted to, if he was really worried about the board, he's got Volcano in hand. He can't be too worried, and he's got Hill, Jinyu. He could Jade Spirit, Maelstrom Portal, and clear the 4/3 and set up a clear next turn for the Valet. Wouldn't be the worst play. You can take a little bit of damage. Wow, so he's going to use a Hex already on the Kirin-Tor Mage.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, it feels kind of passive, but he's got a horde of resources in hand. So I guess he's going to force Mark Shire to apply pressure. Yeah, so we're going to see Markshire develop a 3/2 and 2 cards. Huge for this matchup. He does have the counter spell in hand. Um, I mean, we've got to see J Claw's Maelstrom Portal this turn. We will. Yeah, you've got to clear that Sorcerer's Apprentice, which he will. And we could, Markshire's going to have options. Draw another secret and develop a counter spell. That's a great turn for him because he can do a value trade with his valet and clear up. So Markshire is weighing his options, knowing him. So he's going to actually go with the pseudo draw first. That ice block could be big. We know he's running the Giants package, and 1 hex has already been used. Wow. So he's got 2 ice blocks in hand now. Now all he, yeah, no, he's got time, right? So all he.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no. I was agreeing with what you were saying. So, man, a Maelstrom would be very timely right now, but and knowing that he's running the hybrid shaman Jasper, like playing the Jade Spirit's great for board development here, but I mean, there's one of your elementals, and you're not running a ton of, so. And now all Markshire can draw are secrets. So, so we're gonna draw with a glyph here. More secrets. No, he's got the Arcane Intellect, which he can have for 1 mana. So he could actually Arcane Intellect develop a secret this turn. It's got to be attractive for him. The Spellbender could offer a little extra protection for his Arcane Giants against that last Hex, which is in the deck. But understandably, he's going to go with the 1 mana draw 2 cards.
Is he going to have a 3rd ice block available to him in this deck? Does he run 2?
Man, I'm. It's a good question. Talk about giving yourself 31 mana to try and burn your opponent down. Feels pretty good, man. So if he's got a 3rd ice block in hand, that's pretty significant. And there is a hill. I don't know if Imposition's running 1 or 2 Ginus. It would be hard for me to believe he's running 2. So that might be, well, we can imagine there's 2 Hot Spring Guardians. So it's very possible he only has 6 more hill in hand. Calamos does offer 12 hill, which is pretty darn huge. So all of that to say, we don't know how much hill.
And it appears he's being really selective with his counter spells. What do you think he's targeting with his counter spells?
I would say Hex or Jade Lightning. Okay. And Markshire draws the 3rd worst minion off of Firelands Portal. Sucks. For those of y'all wondering at home, the 2 worst are the Bomber, the like bomber that does 5 damage to your face, Death Rattle.
Is that the Mad Bomber or?
No, not the Mad. It's
the Mad does the random.
Yeah. Which one?
Bomb Squad.
Oh, Bomb Squad, yeah. And the then there's also the 5 mana minion, the 1/1 that also gives you a 5/5. Yeah. And of course, yeah. Oh man, some pretty bad ones. Yeah. There's the Jade Lightning. Is actually going to get some work in. Yeah, so Imposition plays around the counter spell. And he high rolls beautifully. Well, I guess the Loot Hoarder sucks for the draw. It's going to offer but he just filled the board with 1 health minions. Plays around the mirror entity. Beautiful, beautiful play by Imposition there.
I guess the bad thing with Markshire playing all 3 secrets is that Imposition pretty much knew what all those secrets were going to be.
Yeah, when you see the Kirin Mage, you know that you're going to be playing around Counterspell. You're going to be playing around Mirror Entity. You know, is he anticipating Arcane Giants? Probably not. So the ice block will probably be confusing for him too, which is good because, you know, for Markshire, because it will force Imposition to probably play a little bit inefficiently, trying to play around what he thinks is Mirror Entity and Counterspell.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons, you know, the Giants Mage has had some reasonable. We see a second Jinyu. So even disregarding Calamos, he's got in this deck 30 with Calamos if he wants to go that route. Like oh wow, that second Hex being played big. No pun intended, considering this is Big Mage, but like that's big.
So he's definitely not expecting the Giants here at this point.
No, and you know what? Like, man, that Volcano is. I mean, yeah. Let's see. There's the counter spell. Okay, and I gotta think he's gonna play the Mana Bond. There's the Ice Block. There's the Mana Bond, and he's gonna get a free Arcane Giant. That's big. So he's got to be considering the Volcano. I mean, you know, 2 of these spells did not originate from the deck. 2 of these secrets, if he was hand tracking, you know, but Imposition is developing a very, very healthy board, and got a taunt up. So definitely going to lead with Arcane Intellect here. Is he going to hit any burn? He will. So he can Apprentice Fireball ping this turn to push maximum damage. And by the way, so Markshire's deck list at this point, wow, that Blaze Color on top. This Arcane Giant's going to get cleanly dealt with. I mean, I can't think of a better way to play around Counterspell, right? So Markshire has played both of his glyphs, 1 Fireball, both Firelands portals, and all of his secrets. Yeah, I'm checking. Yep. So, I mean, he has 1 more Babbling Book. He could try and high roll. 1 more Frostbolt and 1 more Fireball. But with this board presence Imposition has, it's gonna take, yeah, and both Arcane Intellects. Yep, both Arcane Intellects. So this is probably it. Yep. So we're gonna need a Flame Strike off the top here, and that still won't do it.
And Imposition sends out some fireworks.
Yeah, of course. Of course. So, yeah, I mean, I know Markshire, and by the way, since he broke me of the habit from Naviute insta conceding, I've won some matches. I totally understand wanting to play it out and see what happens, but, you know, Markshire's got to be pondering the bottom right line of play right now. I mean, it's just that taunt totem. Even it's just so many things in his way right now. So even if he could get a minion down, but then I mean, look at the trading he's going to have as an option here. He does have 7 bursts from hand. He can put him at 10, and he does have ice blocks. But we know that he's played both glyphs. He knows he's played both glyphs too. So I mean, he can't even, and he's played both babbling books. So his route to a pyroblast is non-existent right now. He could ping Frostbolt Fireball, but he doesn't have Arcane Intellect to even draw to that in time. So we're going to see the block popped. We know Markshire has 1 more ice block in hand, so he can survive another turn, push 1 more damage. Well, actually 2 if he wanted. All right, so we could make things interesting. All right, so he can Fireball, and he can ping, tap, push the 2. Holy crap.
He needs 1 damage left.
Did Markshire pull this off? Holy cow, kids.
That Fireball may have done it.
Look at Markshire. And you know what? Here is reason number 37 to never. Markshire proves me wrong again. Wow. Amazing. All right. Yeah, because he didn't play an elemental last turn, so the Servant of Kalameet is not going to be able to discover a Hot Springs Guardian. Holy cow. So Markshire pulls out the win there. Proving everybody wrong.
He just tends to play with a lot of confidence and inevitability. I mean, the few times that he coached me, it's easy, kind of like the attitude you took. You automatically seem to take this conceding role in a matchup when things aren't going your way, but he just plays assuming that he's going to get what he needs.
Yeah, and no, Markshire has screamed at me for months now. Why'd you concede, and got me to kind of break that. And 2 years of watching Navi probably didn't do the greatest for me. And when I finally got to breaking that habit, I've sent him at least 2 or 3 matches a week where I played to a mirror entity versus aggro druid, and he missequences his turn and plays a Tar Creeper for me, and I'll pull out the win, And it's just an awesome habit to have that Markshire just embodies, So we're going to see Dragon Priest versus a Secret Mage. I want to say, let me check real quick. The Secret Mage is, if I had to guess, I play a lot of Secret Mage and it feels favored. It's 57-43 matchup, so considerably favored. Yeah, so message Markshire and said, thanks for making me look like an ass casting your matches. And he said, yeah, I knew I was playing to that 1 card the entire time.
Like I said, he knows his cards, and he plays with inevitability.
Yeah. So great game by Markshire there. So it's getting that power word shield on the Northshire Cleric this early in the matchup. I know we've spoken about it a little bit tonight, but you just kind of asked the question of the mage of how are you going to deal with this? And, when you can get them using their mana inefficiently to deal with threats, it's how you try and tip that match back in the favor of the Dragon Priest. Looks like imposition is, yeah, there's the apprentice playing the counter spell. Notably, he's setting up an awesome turn. His turn 5 is going to be Kirin Mage, Mirror Entity, Crystal Runner for free, and a Proc Valet dealing 3 damage. He can actually empty his current hand next turn. That's just crazy. Mark Shire now doesn't have the cleanest line. He could Shadow Word Pain the Apprentice, bump the Cleric, and draw a card.
Well, that will be counterspelled if he does go that route. So
That's right. Yeah, the counter spell's up.
So he's playing around that by doing this.
Yeah. So he's just going to go ahead and sack the minion. Man, you just don't. I mean, all of the Dragon Priest spells are just so valuable. You don't. Yeah, he's going to test it with the visions.
Yeah. Because he definitely does not want the counterspell to hit with the Dragonfire Potion, obviously.
Yeah. So we're going to see, here comes the Mage, the Mirror Entity, the free Crystal Runner, and the Proc Valet. He's going to put the damage on the Cleric, and there's the Crystal Runner. Yeah, so Mark Shire is playing his options now. He can use the potion if he wanted to.
Yep, and get rid of the Kirin Mage along with help from the Cleric.
Yeah.
But he'd want to heal that first, I would imagine.
Yeah, and so he's got to be wondering, like, what is his most efficient line here? Is it to go Pain? Yeah. He's going to Pain the Crystal Runner, and he's going to use up his minions to clear the board. But he's got card advantage. We do know he is running an Ooze in this deck, so we know that he's praying he can draw it before turn 8. Almost definitively, we're going to see the Nether Sprite come down and see what he can draw. That will allow him to test for Mirror Entity, which will allow him to know he can get the Pain on Monoworm, which has got to be a priority for him right now.
It's definitely the better of his Mirror Entity targets as well.
Yeah. I would definitely be stunned to see anything else. I'm actually worried he DC'd because I haven't seen any movement. Okay, there we go. Nether Sprite's going to come down in... I'd be stunned if there was any other line from.
I think he's trying to figure out what he's going to do after.
Oh man, yeah, he's going to get lightly punished if the Priest of the Feast comes down. Okay, yeah, he's going to take the Historian. Wow, Deathwing has got to be pretty damn attractive. All right, so now he knows he can cleanly deal with this Monoworm. Okay. Well, Imposition doesn't have any cards. So I could see that. So he wasn't worried about the Monoworm buffing. Totally understandable. Man, that Potion of Madness now, though. If he wanted to actually get a little value out of it. 7 mana. Oh man, yeah, he's got it. His turn's a little clunky. Yeah, but even using the potion doesn't really let you cleanly this board. So then he's going to heal his priest and pass. Floating 4 mana. It sucks, but you can understand why that was his route. So Markshire is actually going to load. I know having ATS sucks for Markshire, but in position.
Whoa, look at that top deck.
Wow. Speaking of the ooze, I was just about to say, in position is top decking at this point, so you're not too worried about the ATS, even though it sucks, but you just top deck the ooze. So what does suck for Markshire, though, and something to think about, is if he drops the ooze, he cannot Dragonfire Potion. It might actually be correct for him to Dragonfire Potion, run the priest into Medivh and Dragonfire Potion.
Yeah.
It might actually be the correct line for him.
Especially since he does not have a card in hand. He's going to be top decking
exactly
something with that ATS.
I mean, good lord, it would suck if he top deck Firelands, right? But
right.
Well, Markshire is going to prioritize. So, and I can see this line too. By the way, you're sitting at 30 health. The worst your opponent can do is put you on 18 top decking. Ooh, okay. Arcanologist is not a good top deck. So, all right. So, man. All right. So we can anticipate Markshire is going to test for counterspell with Shadow Word Pain, and then see if he can cleanly drop the Dragonfire Potion. So here comes the test. He's going to trigger the counterspell, Dragonfire Potion, and deal with this clean as can be. Here comes Glyph.
There's not very good choices there.
Yeah, I mean, you honestly want to go with the spell to disrupt Markshire. I mean, how could Markshire honestly drop Deathwing now? You know, knowing it could be a mirror entity. So he's gonna lead here with Nether Sprite, and nothing's triggered. He knows he can click Firelands Portal, and yeah. Frostbolt will more than likely go to the Radiant Elemental. I could understand Frostbolting the Draconet Operative as well. He still, in position, still has one Glyph in his deck. He's not drawn any of his Firelands portals, so he is not out of this matchup by any stretch of the match. He has lost both of his Crystal Runners. That does really hurt. But he still has a Glyph. He still has both Firelands portals. He has not drawn a Fireball. So I would say at this point, Markshire is probably 85-90% favored. So he can actually drop the Priest here if he wants, and drop the Firelands portal and heal back up to 30. But he's not. I get it. Going to push the damage here. All right, let's see what the book draws.
Oh, horrible.
Nothing. Yeah, so he's going to ping the Elemental. Yeah, I mean, you're almost forced to put the Freezing Potion on the Drac there. So you're only taking 5 next turn. Yep, here comes the Drac. That Fireball.
Yeah, too much for in position to deal with at this point.
Yep. You know, I mean, he's looking. Could hope you top deck a Firelands portal so you can clean up one of these Draconet Operatives and hell out of a minion. Primordial Glyph is solid, but you're not going to draw anything where you can clear. 8 mana Pyroblast, pre-nerf Pyroblast. Vaporize might buy you another turn. depending on how the math adds up. But I think this is probably going to be it. And Mark have to write a post himself on Facebook congratulating himself on a wonderful day.
Well, there's still, this will just make it 2-0 though. Right?
Oh,
yeah.
Will it?
Yeah,
Sorry.
this is just going to be 2-0.
Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking about Game of Thrones right now.
We still got another hour and a half.
Yeah, here comes the fireball. There's the counter spell. Pulls back up, and that's it. So Markshire goes up 2-0. Sorry, not 3-0. He goes up 2-0. And Imposition is got to be wondering 2-0 Markshire. Imposition's got to be wondering what he can try and stay alive in this series.
So depending on what the ban was, Markshire will have a Pirate Warrior remaining, or a Paladin, the UK Pally.
Yep. Which are both two very strong decks in this meta right now.
Yep.
Secret Mage is definitely not the answer. It's probably going to be the Hybrid Shaman, if I had to guess what Imposition's going to queue. It is. So the Hybrid Shaman has a very good chance against this Pirate Warrior. I'd have to say it's pretty darn close to a coin flip. It's really who's going to draw their early card. But if the Hybrid Shaman can ever stabilize, I've got to give it to the Hybrid Shaman here. Wow, Markshire draws patches. Sad day. And we can see Imposition has Jinyu trades effectively with most of the pirate minions. So he's got Hex, Kalamos if he can kill for 12. So Imposition's looking pretty darn good right now in this match. Yeah, I love it. Just pass. I mean, he's got Coin Tar Creeper, and Hex, and back-to-back Jinyus. There's more health or healing if he needed it. And Markshire really doesn't have an answer. He's going to have to sink his resources to clear the Star Creeper. Or pass. He can pass and have the Mortal Strike next turn. Yeah, so, I mean, this is looking like an uphill battle for Markshire at this point. Man, just passing with the Pirate Warrior has got to feel bad. But he has to.
Yep.
I mean, he can't even just simply develop patches because he has to worry about Maelstrom Portal. So, Imposition, absolutely. Develop the Guardian, heal your face for 2, put another taunt out there. He's got plenty of options. If he wants, he could totem, develop a Firefly. He's got to save one of his spawned Firefly. This is Kalamos activator, or a Servant of Kalamos if he draws into that, just to keep his elemental train going. Yeah, heal the Tar Creeper. Beautiful. I like it. And so the best, I mean, looking at this, how best can Markshire try and get through this small wall of taunts? He could bump the Hot Spring Guardian with his Blood Cell and his weapon. He won't have a charge next turn. He would have patches, and he could Mortal Strike this turn, the Tar
Yeah.
Creeper.
I mean, if he was playing to the Mortal Strike, oh, he's going with try to develop the Berserker.
Yeah. Yeah, he could if he wanted to drop. No, he's going to save his Arcanite Reaper to cleanly get through the Tar next turn. We'll probably see the Hex come down and a Firefly developed. Would be my guess because the Tar Creeper evenly trades here. There's the Hex. Firefly develops. All right, we have to believe we're going to see the Arcanite Reaper come down, finally deal with this Tar Creeper that's been around since turn 2. All right, that J Claws is a great pickup. And rolls the taunt. Don't know. I think you hold back the elemental. He's not. He's gonna play that he draws into another activator. Kind of like holding back the elemental. That 12 hill for Kalimos on turn 8 could be huge. I don't think he's too worried though. He's in a pretty dominant position.
Well, you get a lot more things that he can draw into to activate the Kalimos at this point. Now with the Jade card, that's now the Elemental.
Yeah, the Jade Spirit.
Yeah, Jade Spirit.
Yeah, so gonna develop the axe. Tank up for 2. And I know we've said it every turn, but I mean, this is kind of what you run into when you don't hold back the elemental. I mean, how powerful to, if he could play it this turn and develop that Blaze Caller next turn, well, activate that Blaze Caller for next turn.
Yeah.
I just don't think developing the 1/2. That's the only thing I've seen in position that could be questioned. I mean, he's played this match solidly. I mean, he's sitting at 28 health anyways. Kind of splitting hairs. All right, so I mean, it's going to get a little passive.
Now we're at turn 7, and he has nothing to activate either of these cards.
Yeah, so that's why in these matchups, sometimes you want to. It's just so valuable in terms of getting your elemental train going. Yeah, Markshire's going to use this last charge, develop the Azaz First Mate. I mean, even developing that Spellbreaker just feels bad. So, I mean, I think you go ahead and drop probably the Servant. Yeah, Servant may make sense. No, he's not. Okay. He's going to heal his face for 6. Clean up these minions. Let's see if he rolls a 2 on the Spellbreaker. No big deal. Small minion cleans it up. Pushes damage to the face. If he had a pushed 2 damage to the face, could have made a difference. Yeah, but Markshire's just going to go ahead, concede this. I get it. Markshire wanted to play that out. That just had to feel bad by turn 3 or 4. When that Tar Creeper stuck for 3 turns, it's usually not the best sign.
The healing definitely kept in position in the game with those mortal strikes there. I mean, he was just could have potentially had 12 damage, but he always seemed like he was 10 to 16 damage away from getting that to be a lethal option.
Yeah, I think the lowest we ever saw in position get was 22, 21,
Yeah.
22.
Exactly.
So, the data actually says that oh, sorry, in my head I've been playing so much UK Pally lately. Let me correct myself. Man, Wicker Flame in your hand, your mulligan, pretty darn strong against the Pirate Warrior. Mark, imposition's in an advantageous point here. He knows what to expect from Markshire. Markshire has no clue what imposition's running. Control Paladin is favored right now against Pirate Warrior. It's about a 54-46 matchup. If it's more the mid-range variant, it actually skews pretty heavy in the Pirate Warrior's favor. So we'll have to see a few more cards and determine what this is.
Well, the Stonehill Defender is also an excellent card here against this. I mean, he's got 2 great taunts.
Mm-hmm.
But he throws the Stonehill Defender back.
Yeah. Okay. So this is an Azoth. It's probably closer to a 50-50, and Imposition has a pretty heavy hand right now. Markshire can get out to a very fast opening here. Curious to see if he holds the coin back to cheat out the Frothing or the Southsea Captain early. I think you just develop the Pyromancer now. I could understand developing the Pyromancer for tempo, but all right, Markshire is actually facing some tough decisions here. Plethora of options. See what he coins out. He coins out the Berserker. If he can draw into a Fiery War in the next turn or two, this game might snowball. Okay. So, Imposition, his hand turned around quickly. He's got Wicker Flame, he's got Outdoor Peacekeeper, and he's got a full clear in hand with Wild Pyromancer Equality. Doing it earlier in the game kind of sucks because you don't really have the mana to take initiative back. But he does have the ability with it. So weighing his options here, I'll be surprised. But Wicker Flame. I mean, I guess you could eat 7 potentially from the Frothing before you get Peacekeeper down next turn. Even if you Peacekeeper, though, the Frothing's going to go back up to 7. Inevitably, he's facing 7. Unless Markshire goes. Probably going to see the Captain come down. The Captain would allow little efficient trading and spread the health of his minions. The Cultist also allows clean to take place with the weapon. Don't get the maximum buff for your Berserker, but you're still pushing big minion. Wow, that Harrison Jones could play a very big role in. So probably going to see Captain Deckhand next turn. We could see if he upgrades here. He's going to be in tears. All right, now this is where it gets interesting. He doesn't use his charge, so gotta think. Okay, Imposition is just going to drop the. It could be the turn that determines this matchup.
Wow.
So Mark Shire's got to be play, right? Mark Shire's got to be thinking to himself, how do I play around Spike Ridge Steed? He's so the Harrison Jones is going to eat up one charge, which is still really backbreaking because he is sitting on 2 upgrades and a Mortal Strike. And Harrison gets him a taunt. Good lord. Okay. All right. So Mark Shire could look. He could Mortal Strike Harrison. And that feels bad. He could upgrade Mortal Strike Harrison. He's only going to push 3 this turn. He could set himself up though to push 5, 7 next turn. 10 total damage over 2 turns, depending on top deck. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a good line to win here. I just don't see a best line. You gotta play around Spike Ridge. Yeah, he is gonna do the double upgrade. He's gonna push, and he's gonna get absolutely punished. I guess he's playing. Mark Shire's playing to Spellbreaker. Yeah, I mean, knowing Mark Shire, he's trying to best ways to win, and he's probably trying to. I mean, it sounds depressing. He's got a 5% chance of winning this match, but you know, it would be on Spike Ridge Steed coming down on Harrison and him top decking Spellbreaker. Right, so
going for the healing option.
Yeah, Imposition goes with the healing, and that's pretty much game. Now he gets the Fiery War Axe, which is absolutely clunky. Yeah. You're getting into the Tyrion turns, you know. Imposition could simply hero power Spike Ridge Steed next turn. Yeah. I mean, Tyrion probably would have gotten an insta-concede.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Shire's going to be bottom right anyway. The Zoth Paladin getting the work done.
Yeah, in that matchup, you never get to the end Zoth.
Yeah.
You either lose if Mark Shire can push enough, or you know the turning point is well before turn 10.
Yeah, and Imposition, you know, it's the little things, you know, playing the Forbidden Healing instead of the Spike Ridge Steed. You know, he played around lethal. You know, with the Spellbreaker possibility. So, all right, so Burn Mage versus Pirate Warrior. The Pirate Warrior is actually favored in this matchup. It's a 55-45 matchup.
The big question on the Burn Mage is whether or not he runs 2 volcanic potions or not. That
yes,
a lot of times helps the Burn Mage in this matchup.
Yeah, and you know, Imposition, if he's running, doesn't. I mean, you almost have to hard mulligan. I don't know if you keep any of this. You're trying to dig into your mono worms. If he's running them, I believe he is. You know, from the first round matchup, but all the decks are starting to blend together. We don't have deck list, people. Sorry. Man, Mark Shire does not get a good draw, and Imposition, you know, does have some options. It's pretty depressing. So, you know, Mark Shire is staring down an inactive South Sea deckhand just to get his patches go. Turn 1. Markshire trying to decide if he's even going to do that. Man, this is such a bummer for Markshire. So he's gonna pass. Allows imposition to take initiative. I like Coin Archaeologist here. Or Sorcerer's Apprentice. All right. So gotta believe that. I mean, he's got to deal with this Sorcerer's Apprentice. So imposition still asking the questions early. Force in Markshire what we know he has in his hand to upgrade to get a weapon and activate the South Sea Deckhand. Yeah. Just to deal with this Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh, he's going all face. Oh no, he's not. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So cleans that up. Archaeologist comes down now. Just such a powerful tool in this matchup. This matchup used to be before Archaeologist. Well, I guess the only matchup we could really compare it to is Freeze Mage, but it used to be a favored matchup for the Power Warrior. Still is, but Archaeologist has really kind of closed the gap. It's a great early minion for Mage decks. Yeah, we're going to see the book come down. Blizzard could be massive in this matchup. Gotta expect that we're going to see the Frostbolt come down and clean up this cultist. Gotta believe we will. Let's see. He's thinking about it. I just don't see any other line that you take here. Yeah, Frostbolt's going to clean up the cultist. Was that cultist or raider? That was actually raider, sorry. Naga Corsair comes down. Nice minion to develop 5/4. Kind of surprised to see Markshire use his last weapon charge since he could have gotten an active South Sea Deckhand and Corcoran Elite out last turn. Little surprised to see him use it, but I mean, all of them were pretty decent options. Yeah, here comes the Corcoran Elite. He's going to push 9. Finally whittling Imposition's health down. His health has been pretty significant this match. In fact, he was still at 28 going into turn 5. Yeah, I mean, you can develop a mirror entity, get a ping in here. Good turn. So Markshire, depending on what this top deck is, okay. So he can actually Fiery War Axe, South Sea Deckhand, and South Sea Captain, and that's a pretty fair turn. Yeah. So Fiery War Axe, help him clean this up. All right, he's going to push. Of course, we know Blizzard's going to come down.
Yep, right into the Blizzard turn.
Yep, and South Sea Deckhand will allow him to clean up that South Sea Captain. Markshire, though, is he's right on the cusp. I mean, he could still top deck lethal this next turn.
Well,
we haven't seen a heroic strike like all night. Makes you wonder if he even has them in his deck. But if he top decks a heroic strike, then it's still GG.
I mean, he is just 2 damage away right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think you, oh, man, I like him playing the Mortal Strike when he knows the counterspell's not up. Really wish he had done that instead. We know that Counterspell Valet Ping can actually clear up this Frothing's Berserker. So,
Um,
yeah, I mean, yeah, would have liked to have seen play in the Mortal Strike when there's no secret active. All right, so Arcanite Reaper. Here comes the pain. And if he had just played the Mortal Strike last turn, that would have actually been lethal. Let's see if he gets punished. Here comes the Arcanologist. Oh no. So I guess he's not running in.
oh,
Yeah.
does not get the taunt that he needs.
All right, there it is. So yeah, sorry. The decks were blending together. I saw Medina thinking Burn Mage, but it was probably just a value heavy Secret Mage. So that's it. The Pirate Warrior is able to pull the win out.
Congratulations to Markshire.
Yeah, Markshire, you get to embrace the memes. You get to write yourself a congratulatory Facebook post
Yes.
on your
not
wonderful
hurt your
success. Well, thank you guys for tuning in this evening. And like we said, look forward to that self-congratulatory Facebook post coming soon from Markshire. I'm sure he'll get it up this evening after Game of Thrones. And look forward to Season 7 Wicked Wednesday. Any last words, Jasper?
No, thanks for letting me join you. This was a lot of fun.
Sounds good. You guys take care.